Hey folks, in today's video what we're going to go over is we're going to go over stereo imaging, audio visualization of the spectral field, and also some things you can do to help your creative flow when dealing with stereo, like effects mapping and all this good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it, and as always, please leave a comment, it always helps. And also on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Twitch, and maybe soon Facebook. I haven't decided. But anyways, here's the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye. Okay, so first what we're going to do is to see the stereo stuff that we're going to want to do, a nice thing to have is a visualizer. And right now, and maybe always, I don't know, Isotope, makers of Ozone and other stuff, and nice quality mastering plugins, has this stereo image visualizer for free. Totally free. This is not a paid advertisement. I'm not getting paid from Isotope. I just like their stuff. But let's put that on. So we go to our plugins, and Isotope. Okay, cool. Imager. And so what this allows us to do is we can visualize it. We're not going to see anything right now because we don't have any audio. And so one of the first things I actually want to do is do a piano. Right, like normal pianos, like for the most part, are kind of like up the center, a little bit mid. And so what I want to do is, as you're in the lower registers and you go up to the higher registers, as you play, oh, well, hit the microphone, I guess. No, I want it to sweep through the stereo spectrum. So when you're on the upper registers, it's more on the right. And so how we're going to achieve this, or one way, this is one way to do it. You can do it a lot, but in Ableton, we're going to use a instrument rack. So we're going to put that in there, and let's go get a piano. Like, let's find a pretty piano, because nobody wants an ugly piano. Nobody likes, well, unless you want an ugly piano. But anyways, let's go find one. What is this? What is this? It says, let's do that. Okay, cool. And so now we have our instrument. We're going to open it up. We're going to go to the keys. We see that all the keys are enabled. So what we're going to want is we're going to want a center channel, and we're going to want 3 to the left and 3 to the right, so a total of 7. So let's go ahead and create that. Let's actually shrink this down real quick, so that way, let's just do, we'll do 4, right? Let's see. Yep. Let's do it like that. Okay, cool. And we're going to duplicate this, so we have a total of 7. And then we're going to go to this one. We're going to call this center. So that way we just have it marked. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take all the different parts and spread them across the thing, because each of these are their own pianos. And right now we're just basically telling them that they're only allowed to play within that particular little clip bar thingy. So we're on our center track. Let's do this and move that back. So we cover more of the actual piano itself. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over here and there. And so now what we're going to do is we have our center. We're going to want this one left, like, yeah, 20s, and then this one in the 30s, sure, and then this one all the way, and same thing on the other end for the right. We're going to do that. That's fine. Some 30s here, you know, it's going to be, and then all the way. And so what we're hoping is as we play across the piano, oh, and let me do my keyboard so it's in, is as we go across, we want to hear it move as we go to the higher registers. Let's see. And that's pretty nifty. That's cool. You can do some really nifty things. It opens up space too. Imagine like a chord being played, and instead of being center stereo. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different. Just different. Imagine it being on the left and right. It's a stereo chord. I mean, give or take, everything's stereo, but more exaggerated stereo chords. So if we did something like this, right? It sounds pretty nifty. But let's go to our actual our tool, our stereo imager. So now we can see as we go up the keys. It moves. Another really cool view is the polar view, and I'm going to click on this just because it shows the wave in real time. But as you watch this, and some of the stuff you're seeing is the residual notes of the other keys. But you can see if I push this versus this, very left. It's so sad. But yeah, when you're playing and stuff like that, it's really low. So you know, it opens up the space, and since you're spreading it out, they have a little bit more room of their own, and then you can start filling in the gaps in between. It could almost be like you could play chords with the way that you've mapped it to map the stereo field to your piano. Use chords based around where they are in the stereo field that you've mapped. It could be, the whole idea of this, all this stuff is just to be creative and do whatever. If you want to make hot garbage, but just do it the way that you want to do it. There's no right and wrong. There's a lot of opinions. But yeah, so that's a cool one. Another one that I actually like to do a lot is do stuff with cymbals, like stereo cymbals. Let's go get a cymbal. Let's change this. I'm just using a MIDI controller to just trigger the samples, so I don't have to click on them. Let's go find a cymbal though. Samples. Oh no, all results. Cymbal. What cymbal are we looking for? Samples, clips, samples. Oh, okay, there's samples. Okay, there's a boring sample. Okay, well let's just use that one. Let's use that one. Okay, so we have our boring cymbal. Oh, it's gonna loop. Don't loop. Okay. And so we can trigger it. Oh, I'm gonna want to bang on it. So let's just do this. So now if we do this, cool. And I guess it is kind of boring, but what we're gonna do is let's spice it up stereo style. And so let's duplicate it 3 times. We're gonna have a left and a right channel. As always, we're gonna group them. We're gonna call them cymbals because it's just good practice. Over here, we're gonna call this left cymbal, and from here we're gonna copy and paste, and then we're gonna come over here, do this, make the center, and last but not least, make this right. Coolio, and then Dirk. Let's turn these down just a little. We want the center to still be the focus, but we want to do this. So now if we look at our tool here again, let's do this. Oop. Cool, and we do our cymbals. It's what we expect. And that's always good. Okay, but now let's do some stuff here. And there's a plugin company that I really like a lot. They're called Valhalla. They make great delays and reverbs and stuff like that. You guys should definitely check them out. Maybe I'll put a link in the stuff. But if you search for them, Valhalla DSP, you're not gonna miss it. But okay, let's go to there. Let's pull out the search term. Close all this crap. Valhalla. Cool. So let's go ahead and add a Valhalla delay on our left cymbal. And what we're going to do is we'll make a tape. We'll bring the mix down a little bit. I haven't even listened to it, but this is just stuff that I know I'm going to want. And the echoes, let's do tape half notes. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, that's a delayed thingy. Let's hear it. That sounds nice. Let's go even higher. One of the things I love, side note, that's gonna grow. You gotta be careful with these. You gotta have them decay. It's all decay. But one of the things that's nice with Valhalla, truly check this out. Right. Okay, don't even get me started on that one. So we have that, and so now if we hear our cymbal, and it rings out on the left channel. So let's do something to our right one. Again, I'm just going to use Valhalla delay. Again, use anything you want. Use reverb, echo, resonators, distortion, overdrive, downsampling. It's all just supposed to be kind of fun and expressive. So that one's okay. That's still kind of boring. Let's do pitch. We'll do present. And again, I just want to kind of show it. So let's do an echo. Let's do. Is there no 16th? Am I tripping? Where's 16th? It doesn't matter. Okay. 8th. Cool. So let's hear this. No feedback. Okay, you can hear it ring out. Bring that down. Bring that up. Okay. Okay, feedback. That's fine. All right. So just with these two kind of things now, and let's bring in our stereo imager. Let's look at our center one, right? So pretty cool. But now when we play them all together, it's gonna have some movement to it, and it's just a cymbal hit, dude. Yeah. You know, something like that, right? I love doing this. I do this and I make like whole like racks of one shots for just cymbal hits, you know, just resample that into an audio clip, done, ship it. One of the last things I'm going to show is drums. Like, what can this stereo field do with drums? Now, you know, hopefully everybody pans their drums, unless you don't want to. You know, I always say that. Do you? But one of the nice things that I like to do for me is when I do drums, you know, there's like two kinds of audiences. You know, there's the performers and then there's the audience. I sometimes like to do it from the perspective of the performer. So today, that's what I'm going to do. So the snare is going to be a little bit to the left. You know, the ride would be to the right, versus if you were watching it, the ride would be to the left and the snare would be to the right. If you're a left-handed drummer, or if that's the way you realize it. Doesn't matter. So many variations. But okay, let's go ahead and get some samples. And I got some free samples. And I'll put a link in the description. And anytime you can get free samples, collect them, put them in your library. They might not work right now, but you never know later on, and you always have them, right? Let's do this one, and let's do a kick. Let's add a little kick into our life. How's that? Cool. All right. What about a snare? Always need a nice little snare. Just happy little trees. Happy little trees. That works. Cool. And let's just do some hi-hats. Because why not? That was the kick. Hi-hats. There we go. Do. Okay, cool. We'll do these two. And there we go. And the reversed. Yeah, reversed. And as you can already hear, the actual, this hi-hat already has a little bit of panning to the left, which means, well, it could be a right-hand drum. I'm not going to speculate. But okay. So let's make a little beat that we can just loop. Cool. Yep. Boop. And we'll do a snare, and we'll do a kick here, kick here. Is that here? What is this? Actually, yeah, cool. That, right? And we're going to do our thing. We'll do that. And then from here, we're going to do that. And then from here, let's spread them out because those are going to be fast. And then we're going to duplicate it and bring it back. So now we have this, right? Okay, cool. Let's turn off that for right now. And let's just see what's going on with our stereo field here. So everything's dead center, right? And that's fine if you want it, but that's not what I want, you know? So normally what you would do is you just be like, okay, cool. I'm going to pan this over just to the left about 15. I mean, the numbers don't really matter. It's going to be up to you, what you want to do. Okay, cool. So now if we look at this. Yeah, okay. But what I really want to go for now is a slight modulation to the stereo positioning of the snare. And how I'm going to achieve that is just by using an LFO to control the panning in a subtle way. So let me go to get my LFO. Boom. And we're going to drop it over here. Is this the snare? No, that's the open hat. Where's the snare? Cool, we have our LFO, and what we're going to do is we're going to map it to the panning right here. So let's go ahead and map it. Yep, cool. And now you can hear it's just all over the place. If we go to our stereo imagery, you can see it's just everywhere because it's just fully sweeping through an oscillator cycle on a sine wave. So let's slow that down. We're going to slow it down to like 25 hertz sounds good. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to limit the, it's in the full stereo field right now, but what we want is kind of it over here. So if this is 100, center is 50, and what we're going for is kind of like in like a 32 to a 43. So let's just try to do that real quick on here. And you can see these are the way that you get those percentages. Okay, so right here, okay, cool, 37. Let's do like 31, close enough. And then we'll bring this down to what I said about 41. So now it's over to that like place that we wanted, but it's wiggling ever so slightly. And you can see it right here, right? Until it freezes. Okay. But yeah, and what that can do is it just again opens up the stereo spectrum so you don't have everything competing for center, you know. Imagine like the stereo spectrum is in terms of like frequencies. People always want to make sure, you know, your picks don't conflict with your snares. If you have a bass line, give it room. You can duck it. You can sidechain it, whatever. Also use the stereo spectrum, right? Use the stereo spectrum. It's there, and it's underutilized in my opinion. But I think people use it, you know, in very subtle, tasteful ways, and it can really, really bring your music to that next level because it shows somebody else who's really into things or music or audio. It just shows those subtle things. They're gonna be like, dude, I saw what you did there, you know, like, and you'll be like, yeah, I did this, and you're gonna be surprised that this one thing, this one small, minute thing, people are gonna pick up on, and it shows effort and time and care, and yeah. Well, again, thank you always for watching, and remember to like and leave a comment and subscribe if you're not. The likes and comments really help a lot, as I've come to find out. And always social medias. We got Twitch, we got Twitter, we got Soundcloud, we got Instagram. Maybe soon Facebook groups. I do have it stubbed out. I just don't know. I'm just indifferent on Facebook. I'm just indifferent. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this helped. And be well out there. I'll talk to you later.